Hello, everybody. This is the Pocket Passer. I'm your host, Randy White. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. I know I am. Week 3 came and went, and with that, I made my video of my five key takeaways from Week 3. I uploaded that yesterday, so if you want to go to the channel, if you want to see that video, just go to the channel, go to videos. It'll be episode 10, so it'll be the second most recent video after this one. Today, I'm going to be going over my Vegas pick'ems. So this is 5 games that I have picked based off of Vegas point spreads for week 4. I've got 2 locks, 1 upset, and then 2 game of the weeks this week. I just really loved 2 games. I struggled to find the upsets I wanted. So here on Wednesday night, that's what I'm going to be giving you. So starting off with my locks. My first lock, Packers versus Patriots. Packers are favored -10, and that feels like a trap. I'm going Packers -10 to beat the Patriots 31-14. The Patriots offense are lacking weapons. Mac Jones is hurt. The entire offense is just in complete shambles at the moment. The defense isn't as good as it used to be, and I think Green Bay's offense is going to start to heat up a little bit. They're about to score 21 points versus Tampa before a fumble killed their momentum, and then after that, they just struggled to finish drives. I think you're going to see an explosive offense out of Green Bay. They're going to be playing a team that's not as good against the run as Tampa Bay is. Tampa Bay's got excellent athletic linebackers that New England just simply does not have the same level of personnel to be able to stop both Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Romeo Doubs is on the rise, the 4th-round rookie. He's been superb when he gets targeted. He has the highest passer rating of any rookie receiver when targeted at about 127, I believe the stat was. So very promising numbers out of him. He just had a very big game against Tampa Bay, and there's a lot to look forward to in this Green Bay offense if their young guys can continue to kind of rise to the occasion and develop. Allen Lazard getting healthier, David Bakhtiari coming back, Elton Jenkins is healthy. Finally, David Bakhtiari should finally be healthy. The running backs are very talented. Aaron Rodgers is still incredible, despite what his stats may say, thanks to lackluster wide receiver play. But I think if you can see weapons, young guys kind of start to develop and take form around veteran leadership like Randall Cobb and Allen Lazard, if they can kind of learn from those veterans, and when Sammy Watkins gets back from his injury, learn from those weapons, the Packers are going to be just fine. I expect their offense to be very productive this weekend against the Patriots. Now, my second lock. I did not think I would ever see the day that I would have this team as a lock to win before this year. I certainly didn't see myself doing it, but I just love what I've seen from this team. They lost last week in a close game where they had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter. They just couldn't hang on to it. They finally blew the lead in the closing seconds. But this is a team that's got, I think, a lot of grit, a lot of fight in them. I love their head coach. The Lions are hosting the Seattle Seahawks. The Lions are favored -4.5, and I have them winning 27-17. This is a lock to me. I think Detroit is actually just a better team than Seattle. They get to be at home, so they don't have to deal with Seattle's just absolutely miserable home field advantage. Their defense is banged up. Seattle's. Jeff Okudah is playing spectacular football. Shut down Devontae Smith, shut down Terry McLaurin, and shut down Justin Jefferson. He has been exceptional in these first 3 weeks. An early comeback player of the year candidate, no doubt. The Lions look good, and their offense still looks very good. They're putting up consistently over 20 points. They were the number 1 scoring offense through the first 2 weeks, and they still looked very solid against the Vikings. They didn't finish as many drives as they could have, but they made big plays, and they put points on the board. They're still a very effective team. I love their head coach. Like I said, there's a lot of positive things going on in Detroit, even with DeAndre Swift possibly not playing. Jamal Williams is an excellent backup running back to have. He will be very productive for them. I have them getting the win 27-17. I'm smashing the Lions -4.5, absolutely smashing that proverbial button to take them in the point spread. So now my upsets. I usually have 2 upsets. What I like to aim for is 2 locks, 2 upsets, and then a game of the week. This week, I just didn't really feel good about upsets. And frankly, the upset I'm taking, I don't even understand how it's an upset in my mind. It's Panthers versus Cardinals. The Panthers are favored -1.5. I'm taking the Cardinals +1.5 to win 25-17. I don't love the Cardinals. I said in the preseason that I didn't see them making the playoffs in a talented division, a talented NFC West division. I saw them finishing third and not being able to compete with other teams in other divisions. Since that's happened, I've seen lackluster play out of several NFC teams, and I'm not so solid on that anymore. But that's beside the point. The Cardinals, in my opinion, are a better team than the Panthers. I think they're better coached, although I don't know how spectacular either coaching situation is. I like their quarterback better. I like their receivers better, probably. Never mind. DeAndre Hopkins is out. I don't like their receivers better. I like their tight end better. I probably like their offensive line better. Their defense is close. But I just have a feeling that Arizona is going to get it done again this week. Kyler Murray is going to make some magic happen, make some crazy plays. The Rams are kind of his kryptonite, or kind of him and Cliff Kingsbury's kryptonite, so they didn't play too hot last week. But I expect them to pick up their play this week. I don't really understand. This isn't really an upset because it's a less than 2-point swing. But nevertheless, I'm taking the Cardinals plus 1.5, 25-17. And now I have 2 games of the week this week because there's 2 games that are absolutely exceptional in my eyes. One game between a 1-2 team and a 3-0 team. The Bengals are hosting the Miami Dolphins. The Bengals are a better team than the record says they are. They're getting things pieced together slowly but surely. But this is their big battle test because they played 2 good defenses in the beginning of the season. They struggled. Joe Burrow, 5 turnovers in week 1 against a very good defense, and they struggled to move the ball and score against a good Cowboys defense. So this is going to be a really good test for them, playing the Miami Dolphins defense, which has a good pass rush and a very solid secondary with good players all around. I really like the Miami Dolphins all around. Even if Tua doesn't play, there's some investigation on what exactly transpired in terms of their protocols. It was very interesting the way that happened. Tua is pushed to the ground, and he slams his head on the turf, is holding his head, gets up, shakes his head, is clearly dizzy, and falls back down. And then they try to tell us that it's a back injury. I don't think so. It was very clearly a concussion. I mean, I'm no doctor, so I guess I could be wrong. But to me, and literally every other person in America watching that football game, that looked like a bad concussion. So if you want to tell me that's a back injury, fine. But I don't buy it. We'll see how Tua is. But regardless of who's playing quarterback, it's hard to play bad at quarterback when you have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Mike Gesicki to throw the football to. It's just difficult. There's too much speed on that team for defenses to run with and cover. And the Bengals secondary is good, but it's not that good. They're not going to be able to keep up with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and then Mike Gesicki, the security blanket underneath if they do play heavy over the top, and they're going to be able to run the ball when they get forced into 2 high safety looks. Miami will be able to run the ball effectively. That's what's so helpful about having 2 deep threat receivers is the effectiveness of the run game, because defenses are forced to play another safety back a lot of the times. So very beneficial situation for Miami, regardless of who their quarterback is. And Cincinnati's offensive line has just continued to struggle. Not only is their offensive line struggling, but very questionable play calling, very questionable decision-making in terms of how many guys are going to be blocking and their different blocking schemes from play to play. Way too much empty set, I think, for an offensive line that struggles to block one-on-one matchups. I think if you've got 5 rushers on that 5 linemen, if I'm the defense, I like that matchup every time. Heck, I like a 4-on-5 matchup very much. Pretty much any time, and that's what defenses are doing most of the time. They're bracketing Jamar Chase a lot, and they're forcing other guys to beat him. Against the Jets, T. Higgins did beat him, but playing better teams like the Dolphins, it's going to be tough. I have the Dolphins winning plus 3.5, 28-26. Don't get me wrong, Cincinnati's still going to score points. I have them putting up 26 points. That's probably, 3 or 4 field goals from Evan McPherson. They like to kick field goals. They don't like to finish drives, because the pass blocking eventually gives out and their drives eventually die, and they have to kick long field goals. That's pretty much been Cincinnati's way. They kick a lot of field goals. They'll kick a lot this weekend, tomorrow night, and Miami's going to score touchdowns with their speed offensively. I think that's the big difference. I have Miami winning again, plus 3.5, 28-26. And finally, my other game of the week, because these are 2 just spectacular games, both involving AFC North teams, both involving AFC East teams, because both of those divisions look very good, and they might actually look better than the AFC West. That division has crumbled before our very eyes. The Broncos have been a very underwhelming 2-1. The Raiders are 0-3. The Chargers are 1-2 and just got murdered by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who look very impressive. And the Kansas City Chiefs are 2-1 as well. They just lost to the Indianapolis Colts. The AFC East looks good. The AFC North, not so much. Baltimore has looked exceptional offensively. Defensively, a lot of question marks. Giving up 26 points to a lackluster New England Patriots offense is not something to brag about. And neither is giving up 42 points, including 28 points in the fourth quarter versus Tua's Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle went absolutely insane in the fourth quarter. They each had spectacular games. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 190 yards. And Jalen Waddle, 11 catches, 172 yards, each for 2 touchdowns. In that game 2 weeks ago, the Ravens are struggling to defend the pass. Their pass rush has got to pick it up, and their corners have got to cover better. They can't keep doing what they're doing, or they're going to struggle to win football games, despite the excellent level of play Lamar Jackson's playing at. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have both been playing exceptional football so far. And I'm really, really excited to watch this game. I think it's going to be a little more of a defensive matchup than maybe would be originally considered, considering that the Bills are an explosive offense and so are the Ravens. But these defenses are good too. I think the Bills rally around the absence of Micah Hyde, at least for this week, and perform at a high level. And I think the Ravens defense does a similar thing. I think they start to pick things up a little bit, get some pressure on Josh Allen, and make that offense struggle a little bit too. I have the Bills winning. I'm taking the Bills -3 to win 24-20. This will be, if this happens, it'll be the first time the Bills win a one-score game in the last 2 years. They are 0-6 in one-score games since the start of last year. All of their wins have come in blowout fashion, while their losses have come in close games. They got to figure out how to close battles, because right now they just smoke you or they lose a battle. They need to figure out how to win games when punches are flying. If they can do that, they truly are the best team in the league, and they probably still are, but there's a lot of teams that can hang with them until they figure out how to win dogfights. Right now, they don't win dogfights, and they need to put that together. And it's a crucial quality in a winning football team, especially a team that you expect to win the Super Bowl, because there's going to be some dogfights when you're on a journey to the Super Bowl. You're not going to get cakewalks. You're not going to get every week blowout versus the Patriots in the wild card. You're going to get close games. They got a close game against the Chiefs the next week, and they lost it. They got to figure out how to win dogfights. Once they do that, once they prove they can do that, I'll pick them to win the Super Bowl. But until that day comes, I'm a little hesitant in the midseason, as midseason predictions approaches. I obviously had them win the Super Bowl preseason, but as far as midseason predictions go, once those start to get a little bit closer, I need to see them win a dogfight. That's a critical quality for a football team to have. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and review the 5 games, and that'll be it. So I got Packers-Patriots. I'm taking the Packers -10 to win 31-14. Lions-Seahawks. I'm taking the Lions -4.5 to win 27-17. Panthers-Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals +1.5 to cover the spread and win 25-17. Games of the week: Bengals versus Dolphins. I'm taking the Dolphins +3.5 to win 28-26. And finally, Ravens-Bills. Bills -3 to win 24-20. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more of my content, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications if you want to find out when I'm posting more videos. I'm going to try to get videos out on Saturdays and Mondays as well. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you want to see my content over there. Also at the Pocket Passers. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night or day, whenever it is you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video.